Not this is the first time I've used a microphone. My name's Bob Wellington, and I am from Jacksonville Beach, Florida. This is my third conference, a third in a row, and every conference for me so far has been really a life-changing event. I'm not real sure exactly what I want to tell you. I was listening to the other panelists, and I'm trying to listen to their message, what they wanted you to hear about them, and about their lives, and about their stuttering. And the whole issue about covert stuttering to me seems like a mystery. It seems like, how can you hide something so obvious? In every conference, I seem to take away a message about what it means to me and my life. And I get this sense of this conference here today, in the past 2 and 3 days, as I listen to each of you. And I listened to that wonderful keynote speaker that we had earlier today. And I sense that when I talk to every one of you that I do talk to, I feel that passion is there. I really do believe that stutterers have an overwhelming amount of passion. What happens, I believe, for me, is the fear of who I am. And I want to thank you, Ellen, for talking about Bill Murphy and shame. And she reminded us that Bill Murphy said that shame is a feeling bad about who we are. And I think this is what keeps our passion from coming out, is this shame and this fear and this idea that we don't like who we are. And so when I listen to the stutterers like myself, I try to get the words out. We're trying to get out our passion about who we are, but we have this shame and we don't like who we are. And we're trying to make that contact. And then what happens is, rather than being who we are, we become who we see the world wants us to be. And we reflect the world rather than going inside, because we don't like who we see inside. And so we never get to express ourselves. So this fear continues to build. And in my life, this is why I think when I'm in a feared situation, that I'm not able to speak, that I'm not able to get the words out, because I'm trying to reflect the world around me, but at the same time, I'm so much ashamed of who I am because of my stutter. Back in Jacksonville, I'm a CPA, and I have my own practice, and I have to talk on the phone all the time. Also, I am the president of our local Toastmasters club. So when Kathy contacted me, I said, how can I be covert? I'm on the phone all the time. I stutter all over the place. I'm in front of the Toastmasters, learning how to public speak, and my stuttering's all in front of me. And everyone sees it. There isn't any chance for me to hide it. But what I really do believe, and what I'm getting from this conference this time, that it's important for me to figure out how to express who I am. I have to learn who I am. And I have to learn how to deal with the shame that I carry with who I am. And I take that a chance to express myself. When I went to the workshop, yesterday, with Jay, with his cerebral palsy, and I sensed that the difficulty that he had to get every word out, and I know that feeling, and I'm afraid that when I talk and when I stutter on every few words, I'm so afraid that my listener isn't going to get what I'm trying to say. And then when I see the challenge that Jay has on every word, I just try to feel what he must have had to go through to wonder if the person's able to understand anything that he says. But as I listen to Jay and I talk to Jay, it's like there's this overwhelming communication that he's able to communicate to everyone that he talks to, in spite of his difficulty that he has to get the words out. There's so much more. I get this sense that if you're speaking from your heart, that's who you are.